I want to dispel any negative notions surrounding underrated watch brands. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Salarywatchman. Today I thought of taking it outdoors. So today's topic is about underrated watch brands and those that I feel that really deserve some praise. I want to dispel any negative notions surrounding underrated watch brands. There are a lot of people out there who only think of the bigger brands, Outtakes and Rolexes and all that. Especially those people who want to impose their values onto others. That, if you don't buy these brands, you're not one of them. You're not part of the group. Basically, we shouldn't be watch snobs, guys. Imparting your values onto others and thinking that that's the gold standard. Okay, guys, let's not do that. Let's all be amicable. Let's all respect each other's choices. Sometimes people in society, they feel that they're shy wearing a certain brand or a certain unknown brand or a micro brand for that matter. But guys, as long as it is a legitimate watch brand and they're making good watches, why are you afraid? Just wear your watch with pride. And if I meet new people and wearing certain watch timepieces, I do ask them about it, and we talk about it, we have meaningful conversations, and it makes it all very nice. And pretty much why I started this channel as well is because I want everybody to be in the community to just enjoy the timepieces. So there are two brands that I want to feature today of two different price brackets, so at least you guys have a nice range. One brand will be a more affordable scale, and another will be of the luxury tier, on which that is slightly more pricier. Our first brand I want to feature is the Stührling Original. Right here is the World Timer GMT, reference 285L 3355101, 48mm black stainless steel PVD with the exhibition case back. Originally it had a black leather strap, but I changed it out to a red color silicone strap, the more sporty one that fitted me better. It has a crystalline crystal, of which is a hardened mineral glass, and when it first was marketed that way, I was quite skeptical, like how hard can it be? But when I wore it and I accidentally smashed the watch onto a metal pole, I expected it to be gone, like to be really smashed up and messed up. But when I look at it, it was not a single scratch on the watch. So I'm now a very firm believer of this crystal. A short brand history of this watch. In 1800, Max Stührling, known as the Ghost watchmaker, because he was always in the background, and he was a protege of a watchmaker called Louis Audemars. You guys might know this name from Audemars Piguet, as he was a co-founder. The both of them didn't work out. They had a lot of disagreements. And in 1860, Stührling hurt his hand, got injured, and he had to fall out. The main reason of the falling out was because Stührling felt that the watches that they made they were very good, but they could only be afforded by the rich people at the time, the aristocrats, and the common people like himself, like Stührling, common man on the street, they couldn't afford those watches. And how they marketed the watches at the time were only for the rich people, which they didn't agree on. That's why they broke away. But it wasn't until 1999 where his great-great-grandson, Max Stührling IV, decided to bring forward the brand once again. He wanted to bring the great-great-grandfather's legacy back to the watchmaking industry, basically bringing watchmakers to the masses. And that's pretty much what we believe here as well. We want all of us, everyone here watching, right, to enjoy timepieces no matter where you are. In 2002, together with the current CEO, Mr. Cheyenne Fisher, and the third generation watchmaker, Mr. Von Berg III, together they rebranded and they brought to life Stührling Original. The one that I feature here today, what I bought personally when I was in Polytechnic as a student. It was the same year, 2002, where Stührling Original was launched. And it was an interesting time for me because at the time, it was when e-commerce started to boom. I believe I bought this from Amazon. The milestone myself, because this is the first automatic watch I bought for myself, is something very important to me. Let's go through some pros and cons of the Stührling Original. Some say that it is a copy of existing luxury watch designs. I mean, guys, come on. Which watch brand doesn't kind of adapt to popular designs like the Submariner or the Royal Oak? In fact, I feel that if you adapt, it's a sign of a homage. Is you're saluting the original design, and pretty much they do not copy 100%. It's only some adaptation of the design. As long as it's not a fake, it is fine. Okay, I find it's cool. Another con is that they use Chinese movements. Yes, they do. In fact, on the website, they are very transparent with what kind of movements they use. If it's Chinese, Swiss, or Japanese, they'll be very clear on it. They will say on the specs. This watch that I have has a seagull movement, right, which is Chinese. And till today, I didn't have to do any form of servicing. I just had to wind it up and it kicked. In terms of accuracy, lose maybe a few seconds a day, but that's about it. It still gives very accurate time. Another con is it has low resale value. Guys, I mentioned this before. Do not buy a watch just thinking of selling it. Just buy it because you love it. And another one, they say that there's no real history, no real background of this watch. Come on guys, every watch brand has its own story. It's like, for example, you compare yourself to a rich person, the most rich person in the world, you know, oh, I'm so poor and all that. How can you do that? How is that fair? Lastly, is that they have misleading MSRPs online. Like for example, they put a retail price of $150 slashed down from $1,000. Okay, I know it's not the most effective marketing technique. I guess it's the way they've been doing things. And, you know, it's just a marketing tool, right, to get people to show that there's a certain value in what they're selling. Yeah, so just give them a break, okay? Okay, let's celebrate the pros of this watch brand. It is an excellent choice for skeleton watches. You can find skeleton watches of Swiss movements under 1,000 Singapore dollars. And if you choose a Chinese movement, you can get it under 500. As well as tourbillons. You know, tourbillons out there like cost tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in fact. But in the Stührling Original brand, you can get one for like $2,000 to $3,000 Singapore dollars, which is a very good deal. Overall wearability is very pleasant, I agree, because when you wear it on your wrist, it's so comfortable. You know, it feels that there's a certain weight to it, so it really looks great and feels great. They will give you a lot of enjoyment in your collection. It is true. You know, some of us might have a few watches that cost a lot, some are very affordable, and this is a great collection. It's in between, right? It's not super cheap, but neither is it super expensive. So it's a very good complement to your watch collection. Now, and lastly, at a closer look at the exhibition case bag, they take a lot of time and seriousness on the engravings and also the detailing of the movement. So what they do is they take the seagull movement, they take it apart, they will kind of customize it in a way, and also they're doing a quality check on it at the same time. They are excellent finishers of movements when it comes to watchmaking. You should celebrate Stührling Original. Give it a chance, guys. I'll put the link of their website down below. Go and check it out. I'm not doing any endorsement for them, but I feel that this brand deserves some praise lah. So that's the end of part 1 today for underrated watches. Check out my next video on part 2 where I go into Pierre Kunz, which is another brand which you may not have heard of, but it's in the luxury price bracket for underrated watches. So until then, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and follow my channel. Take care. Bye-bye. Go Singapore! Woo! Thank you, Singapore Air Force.